So our blue team introduction will be Netorare Man playing BuddhaRice Darius, best skin. HaIfhearted playing Zombie Brand, best skin. Talith PA, Wildfire Zyra, they're on top of the skins. We got that. Dienovv playing Judgment Kayle. Armor playing Pharaoh Mumu. That's going to round our blue team. I am Skill Factory, one half of our casting crew today. And our other half of casting in the other half of this game
is going to be Gander. I'm Gander of the gaming clan, Vato clan. And I am the second half of your casters. The bottom half, the other team, is going to be Pai's Evelyn Child Support. They have inFe playing as Nidalee, Painkillar playing as Alistar, BuddhaRice playing as Ezreal, CaptnBuwberry playing as Swain, and konfetarius playing as Syndra. There's a clairvoyance on each team. We've learned that vision is a really good talent to have in this game. Seen that happen all this tournament long. Something that's relatively new development in Dominion is that revives are great. Revive it's the spell to have, and it's really good. But now we're seeing that clairvoyance is a really good spell to have as well, because vision comes at such a premium in this game, and you really only get it from champions like Teemo, or to a very much lesser extent Nidalee and Shaco, and you'll get a little bit of it from characters like Warwick when somebody's low on health, or a couple other weirder abilities like Twisted Fate, but you don't see him in tournament level play very often. So when you get that vision, you can land those hits that you wouldn't be able to land before. It's got a fairly short cooldown too, so you'll have it up for a lot of fights. I think it's really good. It seems to be effective. Revive's a great spell, Garrison's a great spell, Exhaust is an amazing spell, Ignite's a good spell, but anything outside of that we really don't see very much of, unfortunately. Let's follow the red team. Everyone always follows the blue team.
Yeah, we have Alistar running the Garrison for the red team, and he's the perfect person to have it on. Unbreakable Will plus a Garrison means that he's going to be alive at that tower for as long as his Unbreakable Will is up. It's very hard to bring him down when he has, 60% damage reduction, or 50% I think at level 1. But it's a lot to try to burst down, especially even if you get him alone at the tower, because he's CCing you while he does it. At the same time, he's really going to need to be on key with his headbutts. He's going to need to get that Amumu out of the team to stop them from doing all that extra damage. And right here, you can see the vision coming down, trying to land those skill shots right away. Damage coming down from both teams. Ezreal just kind of shifting out of there, and now they're switching, trying to zone them back. They're going to go back, try to get this point up top. The windmill being priority right now. CaptnBuwberry dropping very low. Netorare Man eating the first exhaust. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him exhaust again as they try to make this fight happen. inFe getting low. Just backing off. Netorare Man very low. Double kill coming out for the Alistar here. BuddhaRice in a lot of trouble as well. Armor going to get that kill, but Painkillar is going to come back, and ooh, the spear to the back of the head is going to solidify that kill. inFe getting stopped right here.
Oh.
A clutch heal from inFe. Dienovv not able to get that kill, getting slowed down. A headbutt coming. The trample, not enough damage to finish him off. Painkillar just going to kind of fall back. Hopefully get back at this point. Another good Pillar of Flame, a good stun from Painkillar, but he lost vision. He's going to get the damage on him right there, knocking him up. He will die. It looks like he actually blew the flash to try to get the kill onto Kayle, which ends up being picked up by the Nidalee. And they're just trading kills back and forth up top here. We have BuddhaRice now, the only one for the red team, as Swain comes up from behind, trying to keep this point, putting good amount of damage on armor, but there's the exhaust, and BuddhaRice is going to go down without getting anybody for himself. Painkillar and inFe coming up from the revive. Netorare Man kind of in the middle of their team right now, trying to lay down damage, but he's going to die as well. CaptnBuwberry very low once again on Swain. Painkillar trying to make something happen. HaIfhearted laying down his Pillar of Flame. No, he's not going to use it yet. He is going to eat a spear, and there's the ultimate coming out. It will get one kill with Kayle's damage, and I think they're going to be able to take this point. Blue team putting a very long fight up here. Dienovv getting Alistar, and that is the cap. inFe not able to stop it.
That minion stopping that spear. Good minion helping out up there. And oh, Armor's tagged inFe, and I don't think that's good for inFe right there. Nidalee does got that hop going on for him. He gets the bandage toss off. He can take inFe out. No, BuddhaRice! And suddenly Ezreal. And Armor gets a free trip back to the summoner platform. He did delay the tower for a little bit, BuddhaRice to get distracted and take him down, and now we're going to see Darius and crew head up to the top of the map quickly here to handle BuddhaRice. Where's the Arcane Shift? Nope, not going to go for that. He's going to go for the walk away, save the Arcane Shift for later. Netorare Man is trying to connect with someone. He does get a hold of BuddhaRice right there, starts doing the damage to him. The True Shot Barrage goes off. puts a little bit of hurt on a couple people, and that airborne right there sets up that kill for BuddhaRice. Now Netorare Man's getting chased away. Dienovv getting hassled by Swain there. Low on hit points up on the tower. Defensive garrison goes off, as Netorare Man is still kind of boxed up away from the enemy team by Alistar, and he just could not get through him to get down to the tower and start making things happen.
And Alistar's bleeding, but if you know anything about bulls, they are used to that. Getting stuck with those spears, they don't care. Triumphant Roar keeping him up. They're going to recap this point and bring the game even here by the time that blue team has a chance to react. Amumu coming down bottom for a gank. A miss on the stun from konfetarius. That probably is going to be the end of him. See if he can land his ultimate. He does. So he is going to trade 1-for-1, but they are going to come out ahead with that assist and try to push this tower down as Armor shoves the minions on the lane. You see pings coming down from blue side. He's going to run straight over. BuddhaRice realizing it, coming over the wall to slow him down. And it's not a good 1v1 for Amumu right now, as he does not have the damage that he needs with that Hextech Sweeper to 1v1 an AD carry.
And not catching the snare right there. So Painkillar's, doesn't have any setup, anyone to airborne right there. It went down a little bit late, I feel. Now Netorare Man is getting caught over there. Dienovv coming around from the back, but getting kicked away. Now HaIfhearted's keeping inFe away from this fight up here, so Nidalee's not going to be able to throw down those spears into this engagement here at all. Dienovv putting the hurt in on Painkillar right now, and it could be one ult away from disaster right there. No, the save from Kayle right there with the invulnerability on that intervention. And no, that Nidalee's going to pick him off, though, and maybe going to clean up this whole thing. inFe's going to ground Kayle as well. And down just a little bit further south, BuddhaRice and Armor keep running into each other. They should really stop meeting like that.
Yeah, the exhaust right there made the fight for BuddhaRice. He had his exhaust up. The 1v1 the Amumu, it would have been deathly close to see if he hadn't had exhaust. But because of the exhaust, he comes away with a kill. They're going to keep their 3-cap, whittling down the Field of Vibe here down to about 400 points before they're going to have another engagement. And konfetarius is still just doing his thing, pushing down bottom. He has been ganked, but it did not turn into a cap. And I don't think that Zyra versus Syndra, I feel like Syndra has all the advantage. You have a longer range, you land a stun, you go in. There's a stun, gonna drop some more damage on her, and be way ahead. And there it is, the ultimate, big burst damage, and actually gonna get a kill right there. Right as I was saying she has the advantage, she uses it, landing that stun and getting a great kill.
And the passive does not connect, unfortunately, so Syndra doesn't even die in that exchange. Zyra does pop the revive, and oh, Darius getting caught right there. That's unfortunate for you, sir. Painkillar now, he's a little bit on fire due to Brand there, but there's just more members of PA Zyra child support here, and they're going to kind of wedge in, and they're getting really aggressive. Them being on the enemy side of the map means they just don't really have any opportunity to push out. That CV reveals that Dienovv is down here, and they open up on him immediately. The intervention goes off, but it doesn't stop the snare, unfortunately. Pyroclasm goes down, but it's not kited terribly well. So they split up, and it doesn't get to chain. Now HaIfhearted down here takes 1 CC from Alistar. He pops the ultimate here. HaIfhearted gets chased out of the fight. And every single member of Field of Vibe either got weakened or killed in that, and they just kind of all had to scatter, unfortunately. Painkillar staying on HaIfhearted, actually. Going to keep him busy for a little while. Syndra coming around from the side is going to pick up the kill on him. Now Talith PA down here really isn't in a position to kind of push out and try and do anything to Painkillar. There's a neutral point up at the top end of the map here, and whoa, inFe taking down Darius all of a sudden up there. So now it's just Armor against 2 people, but both of them are sort of ranged champions, and Armor has kind of Amumu has a little bit of trouble dealing with those, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he's going to bandage toss back in. He did get the CV down. He's got the help. Kayle is there. He does not have the intervention onto Amumu. Amumu's going to be dying very slowly right here. inFe very low, but CaptnBuwberry and Dienovv are in trouble. Even though Dienovv got half health, he still has a good advantage, but Painkillar's coming across, and he's going to bring the pain and the CC. That spear just landing perfectly, and it's so easy to land a spear when somebody's stunned into a wall and then knocked airborne.
Stun airborne combo sets it up. It's like having a laser targeter. And Nidalee is an intercontinental ballistic missile. Middle of the map, Darius is going to pick up this Storm Shield right here. It's going to give him that extra durability and that extra damage, which is a good thing to have, especially since he's really not in a position to push right now. And if you're not in a spot where you can actually make a play, go ahead and do something that will set up a play for later.
Out above BuddhaRice and Painkillar, making short work of him. Painkillar actually came around and put him in a bad position. Now, Dienovv, Netorare Man, a 3v3, a great bandage toss coming across on a BuddhaRice. Another apprehend. BuddhaRice going over the wall there. Very good job. Does not get off the true shot barrage. The ult coming down on himself. Dienovv trying to live through this. The first dunk coming down. The second dunk coming down. A double kill for Netorare Man. And I think now that he has a Black Cleaver, he's going to be putting in a good amount of damage. Ooh, almost walked into that spear, ending his life. But he will back right now and spend some of that gold from his Slam Jam Fest, the 2 kills from the dunks, and he still has his ultimate up now.
HaIfhearted coming up to the top here. Now, HaIfhearted could end Nidalee potentially with a little bit of setup because the damage from Brand is pretty high. And Nidalee, as you can see right here, not terribly durable. Yeah, it does have a little bit of health with the Blackfire Torch, but doesn't really have anything going resistance-wise yet. Possibly at all for this game. But he really can't afford to try and start that fight solo because Nidalee in cat form has a lot of burst and can really take him down pretty quickly.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does bait this out. They are trying to wait. Painkiller is sitting in the brush, looking to get an engagement. CaptnBuwberry going to go in first. Dienovv in a bad position, getting CC'd to death. Instantly gibbed by those 3. And now it's down to a 3v3 with Nidalee coming up from behind to start casting spears. The ult coming out from HaIfhearted, not doing much damage whatsoever. Painkiller going in, still wanting to engage on this, and they have 4 people, and PA Zyra Child Support is just dominating their side of the map right now. They are just sitting back, they are chucking spears, knocking people airborne. Alistar doing a great job. Look at that damage come out of Alistar. The True Shot Barrage picking up that kill, and now he's going to be popping his ultimate, staying in. I wouldn't be surprised to see them dive as long as that ultimate stays up. Armor coming in with the Curse of the Sad Mummy, but they're not able to get any kills except for the Nidalee. He tries to dunk Painkiller. Painkiller's bleeding it out. See if there's another triumphant roar. He will live with just single-digit HP right there. And once again, a very, very sad fight for FTV, who even had a great engagement, but could not convert into the kills they needed.
It feels... Oh, Talith PA, I'm so sorry. That was so... Just, that setup was so beautiful down there. Syndra connecting with the stun, inFe throwing the spear. Great, great play in the bottom lane there. And Armor, I don't think he's going to be able to deal with inFe either, unfortunately. It does get the cat form going, turns around. A little animation canceling into a cat kick right there. It's kind of interesting to see. Now, Painkiller up at the top, kind of trying to keep people back away from BuddhaRice. We'll see if Alistar sets up for any more snipes as this game goes on. But I think that Kayle really here is one of those things that if they can delay long enough, Kayle could get pretty dangerous. But as of yet, Kayle hasn't really had any super big contributions to any of these fights. Usually Kayle just gets caught out and killed before anything serious goes down. And oh, HaIfhearted, that spear, don't stand in that. Does not belong in your spleen. And getting caught right there by Ezreal and Alistar. He's going to get taken down. Darius is going to go with him. They're going to pop those revives. They're going to get back on the field immediately. And thankfully, that's going to stop any play that they could have made for the refinery. If they did not have those revives, PA Zyra Child Support would have been able to push for and possibly get the refinery in that exchange.
Yeah, Netorare Man now looking very tanky. A great apprehend over the wall. Going for the dunk. It will not reset his ultimate, but it was enough to take down Nidalee. Painkiller popping the Unbreakable Will, trying to defend this turret, but BuddhaRice is going to be in a lot of trouble. He really needs to get distance from this Darius and Armor right now. Armor landed the bandage toss, but Darius not following through. The True Doctor Barrage coming across. BuddhaRice in a lot of trouble. He does not have any mana left. The bleeds will be enough to kill him right now, but it looks like he's going to get shut down as CaptnBuwberry whittles down the 2 of them in the 2v2. Meanwhile, up top, Painkiller in a lot of trouble. He is not going to be able to do much against Dienovv and HaIfhearted right now, and they're going to take the windmill and hopefully gain some more ground back here. Painkiller coming back in. CaptnBuwberry in a lot of trouble, taking the hits from Dienovv and HaIfhearted, and he will die as well, with the revives coming out now.
Now Feel the Vibe has gotten control of the windmill, but we'll see if they can hold on to it. BuddhaRice, oh, that arcade shift, nice move right there, goes straight over and takes out Brand, follows it up, circling around, taking care of Darius. Amumu is on his way back up, but so is Swain, and Amumu is not going to get there in time to stop the neutral. They see it with the Clairvoyance anyway, so the best he can do now is try and keep it from getting, like, fully capped up here at this top point. And with Ezreal there zoning him as hard as he is, and with the threat of inFe poking with the Nidalee spears, he's not going to be able to get it.
Yeah, PA Zyra Child Sport's really going to do a good job at zoning Painkiller no matter who they are buddying up with. The Alistar in any damage is doing a great job. As you see down bottom, Syndra getting another kill with Painkillar. Painkillar trying to bait out some damage. A wasted ult by Talith PA. inFe getting caught out a little bit by HaIfhearted, but not going to be worried about it. konfetarius, a great job, actually picks up the plant, does not try to stun anybody with it, but just keeps it away from inFe as they try to poke down with those spears. Darius coming up, wanting to go with a 1v1 with CaptnBuwberry, knows that he has the advantage right now. He's got plenty of damage to take down that Swain in a 1v1, but unfortunately that's not how this game works. BuddhaRice getting a little too close there, almost eating a snare by Talith PA. A good stun by konfetarius, but they're still just kind of poking each other. No huge commitment. CaptnBuwberry in there way too far, getting dunked. And I feel like that was a wasted Amumu ultimate, though. He did pop Curse the Sad Mummy to get that kill. Talith PA is now going to go down to konfetarius, and 5 blue people are going to come and take her out just for being so cheeky. They like their plant person, and they want her to live a little bit longer. And Dienovv's going to zone BuddhaRice back until BuddhaRice gets a little bit more health from his teammates. He does not want to go in 1v1. He is more of a poke and carry, and there's Nidalee to help him out.
And oh, Netorare Man, the Blackfire Torch damage! That's unfortunate for him right there. And now Dienovv trying to kind of hold things down. He is keeping 3 people down here, though. There's 3 people's attention. They're only just now starting to shift up towards the top of the map. You got Brand and Amumu up top. Now, Brand's got percent damage, and so is Amumu, which is something that Alistar is deathly allergic to, because it's one of the few things that will actually seriously kill him. The fact that he's so tanky. We got a shot coming up. Not going to connect with anyone, unfortunately, though. True Shot Barrage from a little bit too far away, and they do get the neutral off. They can start this fight if they want to, but oh, that Nidalee spear right there. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get Ali down fast enough to actually get a full cap on the tower, but they were able to get it neutral and stop the clock temporarily. However, they're going to lose 2 of their best people in exchange. I mean, they lose Brand, who's got all the AoE damage. They lose Amumu, who's got the rest of the AoE damage. So now they just have 2 people who are a little bit better at more single or lesser target DPS. So in a situation like this, we're going to see this play right here, where Dienovv comes down to the bottom here to deal with konfetarius. Can't make a play up for top, gank bottom. Follow the MMK flow chart a little bit right there. And oh, completely denied with the intervention right there. Dienovv hangs around for a second to try and take care of konfetarius, knowing that he didn't really have any way to escape, and was not able to do so. Unfortunately, the snare does not land, so Talith PA is going to be able to get away. See the vision goes off right there, and oh, the spear just narrowly missing. The slow from CaptnBuwberry made it so that Talith didn't step into that first one. The second one catches him though.
After he got slowed from that bird, that spear landed very well. And even though it was a great Kayle ultimate, it was just slowing down the inevitable. They did get the neutral on that point, which is something they needed. But right now, they are capping the top point. They have 2 people up top, as bottom seems to be focused by Painkillar and Child Support right now. And they might be able to regain a little bit of ground.
Put it back. Thank you. He was stealing Zyra's plant, man.
He likes to be able to pick up those plants. He actually, I don't think you've seen him throw a plant at anybody, but he's just kind of picked them up and thrown them over a wall. He's like, this plant's in my way. I want to get the health relic. Toss it over the wall. But Alistar, man, what a great job he's doing defending the points. Painkillar being pretty much, you can't even 2v1 him right now at a point. If he has that tower on his side, not only that, but he has, what, 106 AP. So his headbutt and pulverize being maxed right now. They're doing a good amount of damage.
HaIfhearted getting caught by BuddhaRice and Painkillar over here. Some good bounce off the Pyroclasm. Nice dodge on that safety intervention just for good measure right now. And now Painkillar is the immovable object, so they're just going to walk right around him. You see Armor and Dienovv heading away from Alistar and towards the people they can actually kill, except they got killed first, unfortunately, because Nidalee's spear is really good. See down here, Netorare Man, HaIfhearted, we're still dealing true damage, doesn't care, unfortunately. Darius giving him the chip chop right there, and we're going to see 2-for-1 special. Darius making a withdrawal from the bank of enemy champions, going to head up to the top, and please don't walk straight into a spear. He tried to.
Barely dodged that, and that spear almost connected with HaIfhearted as well, who was very close to that. And now the spears, everybody's so low that they're worried about these spears. Armor dropping, but Netorare Man pulling him in, and there's the witch cap being popped by inFe. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Netorare Man does have the dunk up, and will get a 3rd dunk in a row for Netorare Man. I don't think they're going to cap this, though. Ezreal's back, the True Shot Barrage for 1, and does not land that last Mystic shot. There it is. Picking up the kill on their... Ooh. And he looked for a blind Mystic shot into the bush, but it was a very good spot to go back for Darius there. Unfortunately, the Arcane Shift was up, and he just shifted over and got the free heat-seeking attack onto that Darius. Meanwhile, Painkillar actually going for the Refinery, putting a little bit back on it. Armor not able to land a bandage toss. Even if he did, I don't think he wants to 1v1 the Alistar right now anyways. I mean, it's just a waste of mana and a waste of time. He needs some teammates to be able to take down that bull.
Yep, and he's not BFT Amumu either, so he doesn't get that extra damage in on his AoE, though. However, Alistar and Amumu not in this fight is going to kind of change things a little bit because there's no main tank here. HaIfhearted just barely able to get away. 44 hit points right there. Has to kind of hang back. Throws in a Seer just to kind of poke a little bit, but he knows he can't get too close to that or he'll get taken down. Dienovv in the bottom. Bad things. Whoa, nice dodge. Dienovv, the intervention right at the last second, going to keep him alive for a little bit longer there. Buys him time maybe to recall, or is he just going to grab the relic? It looks like he's going to stay for a little while and try and be opportunistic about things down here. And he goes, that's that arcade shift over there. Dienovv, I'm scared for you, man. I'm so sad, Dienovv. Talith PA still is doing a pretty good job of zoning up here, but yeah, the plant, Zyra, you can have it back. konfetarius was done with it. Gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, that Stranglethorn was enough damage to just kill Ezreal. It didn't even need the second proc. Armor going after Painkillar right now, and they're putting damage, but the ultimate coming out of the Alistar, and I don't think they're going to be able to chase into this. There's too many little Nidalee spears coming at them. They're going to try to keep putting damage onto Painkillar. He does not have his ultimate up to capitalize on this kill, but it will be enough with the bleeds. He is going to get a heal off there. Nidalee Man might be in a little bit of trouble here. Now has to try to take out inFe, and very, very tanky Nidalee Man. Does have the Frozen Mallet, a great apprehend there, slowing the Nidalee. Nidalee now worried for its own life as she runs out of mana trying to defend this point up top, but he doesn't look like he wants to go in. He's going to go back. He doesn't want to just waste his life for nothing. They are losing points right now. They are ticking away. They only have 40 points left. They need to get a cap right now, or Feel the Vibe is going to go 1-1 and bring us to a Game 3.
And Talith, though, just every time that Syndra gets close, Zyra just doesn't really have the durability to deal with that. I mean, you look at Talith's build right here. It's just pen, and that seems to have not been treating him terribly well. He's been really good at managing the minions and things, but not so much for the champions. In the middle of the map, though, this might be the last big engagement of the game, unfortunately. We got an intervention that saves Amumu right there. Curse the Sad Mummy went off, but they didn't really get a lot out of Dienovv! That's a Blackfire Torch that's on you! And he's going to be okay, thankfully. Netorare Man now getting low on hit points right there. Pulls inFe in, and he's going to try and get rid of inFe. The exhaust goes off right there, but there's the deny with the Wooglets, and there's one skill shot into disaster, but Amumu, I see what you're doing, Amumu. Look at the little guy. He found a tower to be his friend. Talith PA is going to pick up the health relic down here at the bottom, takes another hit, and oh, konfetarius saw that coming, but did he see that? No, he did not. No,
Amumu definitely just delaying the inevitable of this game. BuddhaRice almost neutralizing down bottom, but Kayle coming up from behind and two-shotting that Ezreal. A big fight going down up top here. They might come out ahead of this if they can get onto inFeed, but they're not even going for that. They're going for Painkillar, who is the tank. I mean, granted, Painkillar has a little bit of AP, but going after that tank is not going to help them kill anybody. CaptnBuwberry now, rezzed up, full HP, Ravenous Flock engaged, and not going to care whether HaIfhearted's landing his skill shots or Netorare Man, and he's going to come in and solidify this point for the red team.
And they have to keep this thing neutral for a little while, because if it does get captured, it's going to be almost impossible for them to capture it in the amount of time that they would need in order to take it back to full. So they need to keep this thing neutral. HaIfhearted's able to get Nidalee off of it, thankfully, for a little bit, but a shot comes up from Ezreal, so we don't have to worry about any last-minute interrupt from him, since that's going to be on cooldown now. And Painkillar is just the unseatable beast right here, but he's finally been taken down. It took the entire team to do it, though. So now it's CaptnBuwberry and inFe, and to stay in the game, they're going to have to get a hold of this tower, but they can't really cap it safely as long as Nidalee is alive to be able to poke. So they have to send a couple people up here to deal with her, and all that does is buy more time for our allies to get there. See, the intervention and Wooglets, both things kind of cancel each other out. But in the bottom lane, Syndra able to take down Zyra and secure the point to bring it home.
Yeah, it would have been all in vain anyways. The Nidalee and the Swain, if they had both died, they both still had revive up. All three people they were killing up top still had the revives. Even if they had taken them out, they would have come back. They would have come back with more HP, speed, and a vengeance. 296, purple team taking that one, aka red team, depending on how colorblind you are. But a good game all in all. Darius kind of had it was very slow at the beginning and then started to pick up, but it was not soon enough as BuddhaRice and inFe were really just carrying the damage for their teams.
And guys, that's all we got for today. PA Zyra and Child Support are going to take the games 2-0 this week.